Hello, Felicia.
Hello, Terry. Hello, Mark.
That's what I said, but I was muted.
And thank you so much for this training. Really, really helps me
Yeah.
get over the overwhelm.
There's nothing to be overwhelmed about. This is simple as pie. So simple,
So
only a child can do. I mean, any child can do
I think only a child. Yeah.
it. All right,
Simple
so you
as
just have to reach into your inner child spirit, and you'll be able to do it.
that is true.
Well, will we be able to do it in under 5 minutes? That is the key.
Um, yeah, because I force you to. If you're really having a problem getting it under 5 minutes, then I'll look at it with you and we'll get there.
Okay.
Oh, Terry, I thought you meant you'd make it in under 5 minutes.
No,
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 no.
no,
Get
no.
the no. My yeah.
Get
I've got
the
my
get the thought. It's not easy. The very first um the very first video poster was actually done by me at the last live,
Wow.
and it was 7.5 minutes. But it was there was no music to it because we were in a loud room. It was just playing in a loop. And me and my partner would then grab people and talk about
Mhm.
it. I am. Um, getting it down to 7 or 5 minutes is not hard. And remember, they really want it under 3, but they give you the padding of 5. And what you're doing is you're sharing what you're up to and how it affects the world. It's basically can be narrowed down to 2 sentences. And if you do that and then expand from there, you'll find it's very easy to be short.
I'll believe you.
Well, I'll give you some tricks as I'm just going to give it a couple more minutes and then I'll start my spiel and give you a couple.
Well, Mark, if it's okay, I'd like to give you my view. It's not true or anything, but it's my experience that if you can't say it in 2 minutes or less, they can't hear it. Like people have a very short attention span. And so I'm actually developing in myself the ability to be clear and concise. And
I like that.
And you're
because
absolutely correct.
you know,
That's why a commercial is 30 seconds. The ones that are a minute long usually are about something that is social culture in making cancer treatment or a charity hospital. But the ones that are selling you something are 30 seconds. If they can't get you to buy it in 30 seconds, you're not buying it.
good point.
And that's why the Super Bowl charges by the 30 minutes. So, all right. So, welcome. Welcome. I just want to make sure, are you all doing poster videos, or are some of you artist videos?
Poster videos.
Poster.
Poster
Okay,
video.
good. Now that it's a big difference. So the purpose of my getting together at this early stage is to give you some tools to use to make your videos, and also some tips and ideas on how to get your thoughts together, and then to answer any specific questions you might have. And I'll say this a lot of times, you can contact me at any time. There's a WhatsApp group, which I'll get the link to presently and put it, sorry, I should have had it ready to put in the chat, but I didn't. So there's a WhatsApp group chat. You can join the chat and ask questions there. In the email you got from True, and then the one you should have gotten from me with the nice card has my phone number, my email address, a link to set up a one-on-one 30-minute session. You can do as many of those as you would like. Please, I say this in all seriousness, abuse me. I want to be abused. That's what I give to my community. So
Mark, is
I'm here to
it
make
possible-
your jobs easier and your life easier. This what you should not be struggling with the technology. You should be struggling with the thoughts. I can't help you with the thoughts. They're your thoughts. Okay, so tools to use. And I come at these from, I try to give you suggestions for free tools. Some of them do have pro versions. I'll explain some of the differences. The simplest, easiest, oh, no, sorry, let me step back. There are three types. I see it as three types of videos. There are videos where you have a series of image and somebody talking or music playing that tell a story. Then you have talking head videos where you could have 2 or 3 people in a Zoom, somebody asking different people questions, and it's like an interview process. And then there's the hybrid where you're doing combination there of both.
So Mark, you said there's the talking head video. What was the first kind?
The first one is where you have a bunch of images, basically a PowerPoint presentation into a video.
Okay.
Where it's either images or facts and figures or whatever. So taking that type, the easiest way to... Hi, Francis. I'll just review that really quick. So there are, I see it as there are 3 types of videos. There's the one where you present a series of slides and tell a story with pictures and graphics. There's a talking head video where you might be sitting and interviewing people or just talking. And then there's the hybrid where you're doing both. So the slide type, it's very simple. You use PowerPoint, you create your slide deck. There is a record feature where you can then record the timing and your voice telling the story as you go, basically doing the presentation. Once you record it, you can convert that to a video. And then you can bring it into and any number of other programs that I'll talk about where you can then edit it and make it even finer. So some of the free editing software that I recommend, if you are a Mac person, there's iMovie. Very simple, very easy to edit videos. It does not stack videos. What I mean by stacking, if you have a video of talking heads and you have a video of the images and you want to fade back and forth throughout your 3-minute time or 5-minute time between the two, you can't do that in iMovie. You have to cut and then do transitions, so it makes that process a little harder. You can use Canva. There is a free version of Canva. It does allow for stacking. You can also use a program called CapCut. CapCut. The nice thing about CapCut, as well as Canva, they both have AI capabilities. So you can get imaging, you can get video segments that you can create and bring into your videos with both of those programs. CapCut, you can actually, if you write the script, you can actually get it to create an avatar that speaks your whole, if you're camera shy, it's one way to get around camera shy. You can have it create this avatar that speaks and tells your story. You can do that with your voice. You can record your voice and then plug it into the avatar, or you can just have it create the voice. Both of those have, both Canva and CapCut have pro versions that give you some more features, more access to fancier transitions, fancier tools. You don't need them. You can do them with the basics. It all depends on how your mind is creatively working. Then we get into the paid professional. If you're really seriously wanting to have some effects and fancy footwork, as I call it, or the Steven Spielberg effect, where you have ET fly across the screen. There's Adobe Premiere Pro, which is not cheap. It's part of a suite that costs $54 and change a month. And then there is and that can be used on both PCs and Macs. And then if you're a Mac person, again, there is Final Cut. And I don't even know what the price of Final Cut is. There's one other free one that's called DaVinci Resolve. It's made by Black Magic.
What is it called? Da Vinci?
DaVinci, just like the artist. DaVinci Resolve. And I'm recording this, and I will post this video in the WhatsApp chat so you can all go back and review it. Hello, Barb. So DaVinci Resolve has a free version. It is very limiting. They have changed. They used to be extensively for free service, but it's $2.99 lifetime use. It has all the features of its big brothers of Final Cut and Adobe. Again, it's all about how fancy and how elaborate you want to get and how much you want to get. I mean, I've had some people that came out of doing these projects that are now video editors and content managers. So they had no problem spending the money. Okay, so those are the tools. I know them all well. There's a ton of others. NCH makes a bunch of video editing. that are less expensive that you can search them on Google. I don't know the other ones. The ones I've listed, I know very well, so I can be of help. Obviously, when I say PowerPoint, by the way, if you're a Mac person, it's also Footnote, which is the Mac version of the slide, their slide document maker. I've seen people make their slides in Word and then transfer them over to PowerPoint because that's how they knew it, and it's all a matter of what you want to do. Okay, let's talk about AI. So AI is a great tool. Remember, it is only 75% accurate. And that includes, it sometimes gives you images that are not copyright free. You have to check the contract and the small print on whatever AI tool you're using, whether it be ChatCGT or Copilot or Gemini or one of the ones within the video editors. They have very precise rules about what you can and cannot do with the AI tool, the AI as far as copyright, and we do pay attention to copyright. Even the Copyright Office of the U.S. government is now saying when you apply for a copyright for a manuscript, how much did you use AI? If you actually used it to create the language, they will not give you a copyright for it. If you used it to do grammar and spell check, they do. So go ahead, Felicia. What can I answer for you?
How do we check whether it's copyright free? What we generate with AI?
You have to look at the programs. Hello, Barry from down under, my dear friend. You don't need to be here. You know how to do this stuff. Award-winning person that you are.
Thank you, but there's more to learn.
Good attitude. See? After how many have you done? 6?
I've only done 2 videos in total. I'm trying to do 2 this time.
So if you go to the applications you're using, no, Felicia, you can you can scroll to the bottom of the websites and see the legal terms and conditions and try to make heads or tails. The point is to be very careful when you're putting in the descriptions, the prompts for creating. You have to make sure that they're your words and that whatever comes out is truly your concept. Whether you're having it help you write your script or come up with images, and writing the prompts is the key. And keep in mind that when it gives you something, if you're not totally happy with it, tell it. Hey, you're wrong. That's not what I meant. Please change it by doing X, Y, Z. And be precise. And if you can't be precise because you're not sure, tell it to ask you questions one at a time. If you tell to ask you questions, it's going to spew out a whole bunch of questions and then you're going to pull your hair out. But if you tell it to ask questions one at a time, you answer the question, then it asks you another question, and it really does polish down and get you what you want. Hi, Lauren. Em, go ahead. What's your question?
Yeah, for me, a question is, I am doing a poster presentation with another participant, with Della Corto, and she was on your last call presentation. So if we're using images from Senegal, so they're our own, those are our own video recordings, whether of the interviews or people talking, and we already have, as a part of the organization that we already have a permission to use those pictures, right? Like those are our own pictures
Right.
from we captured on a phone of the African ladies or of the wells or of the vegetable gardens, whatever that was. So do we need to be careful about that because we won't be using anything else except
As long as you feel, as long as you feel that you have gotten permission, I would make sure I have it in writing from somebody. But as long as you're happy with that, you've gotten permission, we're not going to argue with you.
Yeah.
Because it's not about Landmark not giving you the permission or revoking the permission. It's about somebody viewing it and saying, hey, that's me. I didn't give them permission to do it. And all of a sudden you have a lawyer calling you and saying, hey, you used somebody's image without their permission.
Got it. We went as a part of a professional group, professional organization, and we were given the guidelines of taking pictures. The pictures were permitted, and we would ask the person if they're uncomfortable.
As long as if you have that in writing, keep it in your files. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you. And then I have another question.
What I suggested to people in the last call, and I'll suggest it to you guys, if you're interviewing people to video them, start the interview process with, hey, I am interviewing you for my CGT project. Is that okay? Then you can cut that segment out, but at least you have it recorded that they said it was okay for you to do it. Hi, Robin.
Mark, I have another quick question just regarding the chat WhatsApp chat if I were to give you my number, text you, would you be able to text me that chat? It's just easier for me to access it on the phone rather than on a computer.
Absolutely. If you put your phone number in the chat, I will add you into my group to that. Anybody else that wants to do that, please go ahead. I just don't know all your phone numbers. That's not in the information I'm given. So
great. Thank you. Just did it. Thanks.
Okay. So the next, so I've talked about AI. As again, be careful with it. It's only 75% correct, but it is a great tool. I use it to write blogs. And I turn those blogs into video scripts and then make them into cartoon characters. And a lot of people watch them, and I get all sorts of comments on the accuracy of the information, but I verify every piece of information I put out there. All right. So the next trick, as I said much earlier before everybody got on, the way I would work on these videos, the way I approach a video is I start with a 2-sentence statement. Statement 1 is what I'm up to and what's important to me. And statement 2, sentence 2, is why is that important to the world? That's all the information you need to get at, that you're trying to get out after all. Then you can elaborate on it as you go and build on that. And you can build on that doing something called a storyboard. A storyboard is basically taking those two sentences and maybe a few others and putting each sentence on, for lack of better words, a PowerPoint slide, and putting some drawings of what you want to represent. What do you want to use to represent those words? Is that clear? And you make a series of those cards, and that becomes your script to making your video. Doesn't mean that you're going to turn that into the video. It's your script. It's the pieces of paper that you're following to create your video. You're muted.
So what you're saying is to make a storyboard, take these two sentences, I guess, into a PowerPoint, and then put the images in there, like so. So
It doesn't need to be
words
the image. It doesn't need to be the images that you're going to use. It needs to be images that represent the words that you want to use. Remember, you're telling a story in images. Now, the images could be your head and your picture sitting there talking, because you're going to do a talking head thing. It could be whatever it takes. My poster video way back when in 2016 was on palliative care. My images were different people that I watched suffer and die. And I told the story based on that. There was one segment in my poster about an organization that raises money to build hospice homes, the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. So that was one slide too. The final images were not any of them what I had in my storyboard, but the storyboard gave me a guide so that I'm not overwhelmed. The point is to keep you from getting overwhelmed.
So the storyboard is not a final presentation or a PowerPoint, but it's just like a collage, like a mental images of like, where are my thoughts going, like representing these images and thoughts that I'm staying on, like a bullet points for my presentation.
Correct. It would be the same as if you were writing a book. Most authors who write books starts with an outline. The storyboard is your outline for a video, because you have to have images. You're talking, your media is no longer the printed word as a book is, it's video images. So you have to represent those images in the same kind of way that you would do an outline. So if you think of the storyboard as an outline to your video, it might help you to, and I see a lot of people thinking. All right, I've done a lot of speaking. Go ahead, Francis.
I'm blanking on what it was I wanted to ask you. Oh yes, there's a person whose work has inspired me to do this video, the one that I'm going to do, and I wonder about can I just acknowledge him? I mean, what are the limits to the way I acknowledge him in the video? He's not from Landmark. He's a Canadian Sikh man who's been honored for his work, and he teaches children a lot, but he does Bhangra dancing videos. And watching his Bhangra dancing videos got me started trying to Bhangra dance at the unlikely age of 81. And I'm crap, but I'm inspired. And that's the whole point of my video, is about people being able to take on things they don't think they can do. But I'd like to, I don't know what the limits are to like how I can acknowledge him and not, and meet this, the criteria, like uh, I know the
Copyright.
music. Yeah,
So-
copyright, yes.
Here's a suggestion of how you could look at it. One, this video should be your story of how you are being affected by this man. Okay? You're
Okay,
not trying to teach this man's work in this video. You're trying to explain how you're affected by this man's work. Thereby, what you're doing is you might show a clip, a 30-second clip of one of his videos.
oh,
And we
that's what I
hear it
wondered.
as let me finish. You hear it as the background, but over it, you talk about it.
Okay,
So now it's your story about that video. You're not sharing the video other than it's a background to you, just like the out of focus background of my office is.
okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense.
You can
That's
do
great.
voiceover on top of the video.
Okay. Because I've tried to
And
reach him.
I would definitely at the end of the video give him a credit.
Yeah. Well, I've tried to reach him and been unsuccessful. So, and I would keep
As
trying
long
to.
as you keep the segments under 30 seconds
Okay,
and you don't just blatantly show it.
no, I'll voice over it. That's okay.
I hope you reach him though.
Somewhere you should be able to find a press agent or some contact for him. If he's a public speaker, if he has a website, check to see, search for a website for him.
Yeah.
Go to Wikipedia and search him under Wikipedia.
Okay.
My guess is you will find a contact form.
Okay. I'll keep doing that.
And you won't have to worry about it if you stay within
30 seconds
CGT.
and a voiceover.
Yeah, you're not using his material to entertain people.
No.
You're using it to educate people about you and your feelings. Go ahead, Lauren.
Yo, I didn't mean that. Whatever. So I am curious. I'm all about ergonomics. I get asked on the daily, all the time, what is ergonomics? The importance of stretch breaks, and an ongoing project that I've kind of come up with lately is something that has to do with what we're talking about, and that's why I came on. So I'm grateful that you're having this, first of all. Thank you. And then also, yeah, I mean, I'm just, I'm also present to, I want to be doing something where it's a package deal and I can sell it. Because, yeah, I do want to make money, but I also want to help people. It's twofold, which is totally legit. And, anyway, OSHA says that people who work 8 hours in assembly or construction should have 2 flex breaks, like 15-minute stretching breaks. And we have a protocol we follow where I work, and I do incessantly, implement that. I would like to sell, though, if possible, right? Like even a Zoom. Like let's say the Zoom was like 6-8 hours long.
You cannot in the video, you cannot, sorry, let me interrupt to make it clear.
Yeah, I like
You
to talk.
cannot in this video that you are presenting for CGT in any way point at the fact that you're going to make money from what you're talking about. This is not a pitch video. This is not a selling tool. It will not be used if there's any thought that you're trying to raise money or promote something. This is about you teaching people about something that exists and is important to you and why it's important to the world.
So yeah, I think we're on different things. I'm trying to do something else with video, not about CGT. Yeah, so that's something else. I have limited
Well,
energy.
this
yeah.
training is for
Okay.
people who are doing CGT videos.
Ah, okay. Well, maybe we can discuss some other day or time. I'm gonna get going.
Yeah,
Thank you.
How did you? Okay.
You posted it in a group chat. Thank you.
Sorry about that. Any other questions?
Yeah, I do have one. The 30-minute sessions with you, I'm kind of down the road a ways on mine and have this script and even have some audio. Would it would it be possible for you to listen to that 4 minutes, 20 seconds of audio and tell me, Terry, you missed the point, or or whatever it is, get your feedback on it?
Yeah, absolutely. If you
Okay.
can, you can post it, send it to me somehow. You have my email address. Send me a link.
I'm not sure I have your email address.
Did
If you
you
could throw
not
that in the
get,
chat.
did you get the email from
Oh, I
True
did.
or
Yeah,
from
yeah,
me?
yeah. I got it. Yeah, I did. Yes, I'll do
Send
it.
me a link and I'll play it,
Okay,
absolutely.
here's another question. The other question is that I am doing mine on a topic that is not mine. It has to, and Joyce Pike is the one that encouraged me to do this, and it has to do with my reaction to the to one of the assignments in the wisdom course. And so I'm talking about one of the assignments and some adjustments that I've made to it and why I'm so excited about it. Do you see that as any kind of problem with or do I need to get permission from anybody, or
Well, you
you don't think
already
that?
have Joyce's permission, so you
Not in
can't
writing.
get much higher than that. But
Yeah.
again, you're not teaching, you're not getting people to do the assignment. You're telling them how it affected you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I
And
think I'm
then the second part of that is why you think it's important for the world to know that.
okay. That's one thing I probably have fallen a little bit short on. Okay. Sounds good, Mark.
Did that make sense though? You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, totally. Yeah, it makes sense. And I do think yes, it makes sense. How do we set up appointments with you? That'd be another question. Just email
In
you.
that email, in the email from both True and my email, um, there was a link to make the appointments. I
Okay.
will, while we're talking, I will try to search it out again.
I can find it.
Um, Sorry, give me a second. Somebody was having problems getting in. Go ahead, Barry. It's good to see you. How's your wife? Sorry, guys. We're friends from around the world.
Excellent. No, she's good. It's breakfast time and on Sunday here at the moment, so we're just about to go out after the school. So I'm in New Zealand for those who don't know. There's, as you said, the last two videos I did were based on PowerPoint presentation, developing my slide, my video from the slides I used. And my first one had a lot of half were AI created images and half were photos I had taken myself. The second one was mostly AI generated video slides like the one behind my head. And this time I'm looking at trying to go away from the PowerPoint formula and looking at AI creating the video, but I've got concerns about the images it will finally produce. So just looking at what other options, I've been using ChatGPT, and some of them I like and some of them are a bit esoteric for what I want to create. And so what I'm looking at also doing is using a whole lot of photos I took while we were traveling for 8 weeks in Europe, Mediterranean. The concern I have with those is people. Some of them are going to be showing crowds of people at the site we were taking the pictures, like a church or something, and there'll be people standing in the pictures. And I know I can take some of those out, but is that necessary, or is inside of this thing about getting permissions from people?
Um,
I haven't heard you at a loss of words yet.
yeah, the problem is that it's whether somebody catches your video and then objects. That's the chance when you show images of people out there. People sometimes, if they haven't given you permission, they object. And if it's being shown by Landmark, it's both you and Landmark that has some liability. If you can stay away from it, I would stay away from it. But I get, what you're saying. It sort of wasn't in your head when you were taking the pictures. So, one of the things you can do, I don't know the photos, but if it's possible, you can blur out the face of the people in the images.
Yeah, I know. When I was editing photos while on the trip, there's sometimes so many people in the picture are distracted from the image, the structure that I was taking a photo of, and some of the photo editing functions on the camera I had allowed me to delete those people, and it just recreated a blurry background where they were. So I have done that, but I was just wondering how detailed that needs to be inside of, if I can crop and take people out and still have the effect on the image I want. One of the things I was trying to create was how spaces create being, and some of the churches are so dramatic inside, but they create a peaceful feeling in the space. But there's various people moving around in the background or in the side, and I've tried to minimize that when I took the photo. But there are people still there, so I can probably try and work and take those people out using the software I
As I
have.
said, just blur them out.
Yeah.
And you would just need to blur the face. You wouldn't have to worry about the rest of their body,
That's
right?
correct. That's correct. Just the face.
Yeah.
Anything, the part that's identifiable.
Yeah. Okay, it gives me a steer to go for that. Looking at what sort of software to use, I've got access to
You can
Canva
do
at
it
the
in
moment.
Canva. You can do it in Canva.
Yeah.
What you do is you put the image there, you make a circle, and there's a blur feature. You make a circle over the face, and you can gray it out or blur it out, either way.
Yeah.
Terry, I put the link, the bit.ly link for the setting up the appointment in the chat.
Yeah, and I did find it in, just for everybody else, in the congratulations email. So if you go to that one, you'll find it. It's kind of hard to find, but you'll find it if you try.
Well,
Sorry.
it's much easier in my little flyer that I did up
Yep.
to see it. So
Yep.
Well, so what you just did, so I'm sorry, tell me again, what is this one with DY that you put in the chat? What is that link for?
to set up a one-on-one 30-minute session with me, what you missed, the very first thing I said is, I'm here for all of you to abuse me. Please abuse me. I'm here. I don't want any one of you to have technology get in the way of you being expressive.
Great.
That's my job, to deal with the technology and make you expressed.
Thank you. And in terms of the future meetings, since we're on this sort of thing right now, is it the link that I just used today, or is there going to be a new Zoom?
No, same link for all 6 sessions.
I couldn't.
And the idea is that this one is the intro to and I'll catch you up, Christine. There is a WhatsApp group, and I'll put that link. I'll copy it again so you can see it, and I will post. Having problems pasting things today. I'll post the video. I'm recording this, so I'm going to post a link to that video and to the other ones, to the one I did the other day, so you can watch and learn.
Perfect.
And then the idea is later on, as you're developing and you run into your problems, you can come to the meetings to talk about your specific problems. And if there's something even more difficult, you set up a one-on-one, or you call me, or whatever, you chat me.
Perfect. The other thing is, I think, unless I'm incorrect, in the email I got from you that had the list of the dates, one of them was incorrect.
Yeah, there's a typo. One of them is, I said is Saturday, and it's actually a Sunday date, but it is on Saturday.
Okay, so it is on the Saturday. That was April. Okay, great. Thank you.
And it's funny because it even goes back to True's letter, has that same error. I gave her the date and I said Saturday, and she didn't double check me. So it was, yeah, they're all Thursdays and Saturdays, just how it works out.
Got it.
Barb, go ahead. It's such a pleasure to see you, Barb.
Hi, Mark. And I'm in New Zealand too, so
I know that.
just moved a month ago. My videos, if I get it done, is about an old man that I looked after until he died. So I can't ask his permission, but do I need to ask his family's permission?
Yep.
I don't know the laws in New Zealand. Let me start that. Okay. In the US, since you cared for him and you're telling your story about how you cared for him, you wouldn't need to ask permission. But courtesy would say, I would call them and I would do that. As an end-of-life doula, if I was going to be telling stories about my patients, even though I name change in my book, I wrote a book and I talk about all my patients, and every one of them I called and let them know and asked, is it okay? It's just common courtesy.
So would that extend to the the company that employed me to look after him. But I have to ask them.
No, I don't. That I can't. Again, I don't know the laws in New Zealand. I wouldn't suspect that that's because you're not you're sharing your experience in taking care of the
Yeah.
man.
I'm sharing what I learned for myself from taking care of him.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're not really worrying about liability. You're just worrying about common courtesy to let them know.
Yeah. And it was in Britain that I did the caring. So
Yeah. And I would make sure, change the name.
Oh, yeah.
I could, but he was so particular about how to pronounce his name and that he had a name. Every day people would be reminded about his name. It was a very fundamental part of him.
I get it as I spell my name Mark with a C.
Yeah. You could still change the name, Barb, but tell people I've changed the name and he was da 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 about his name.
Yeah, thank you.
Question for you, Mark. Let's say that I have all the camera work done, all the audio work done, and I have the idea for the transitions and everything, or the images. If I wanted to have that done professionally, the images and the transitions and all that stuff done, do you have access to people that would be able to help me?
I'm sorry?
You have access to people or that could help me for a fee?
If you really want to pay for it, I've done it in the past.
Okay.
Right, Barry?
Curious.
I am a video editor.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
What I have been in the past, I've probably worked on at least 100 of the videos from different people.
Oh, wow.
Mostly for just credit, some for a little bit of money here and there, mostly just for credit. I have been specifically asked by Julia and True to try to stay away from that, to try to get you guys to do it yourself for your growth and development.
Got it.
And I don't mind holding your hand through the process. And if you're really worried about it, I'm not going to tell you no.
Okay.
Look, last year I was not supposed to be involved in CGT at all. And I helped 3 people on their videos. And I just didn't put my name on it. And they didn't tell anybody, and I didn't tell anybody, and I tend to break rules. Joyce can tell you that I don't always follow rules.
I'm not sure Joyce always follows rules. I'm joking, but I know I'm not joking.
Don't.
That's Joyce. That's Joyce. Joyce doesn't want a rule to
But
get
Joyce,
in the way.
the difference between me and Joyce. Joyce is in the position that she
Yeah.
can make up the rules as she goes along.
She is the rule.
She only has to answer to Tobin.
Yeah.
So, Alicia, what can I answer for you?
Well, at the beginning, you mentioned that the things that you were interested in sharing, and I wasn't sure whether if this call goes for an hour, whether you've shared all the things you wanted to, if we're in brand new territory now, or what.
No, it goes for an hour and a half.
Okay.
It's a 90-minute call. The first 45 or so are me sharing tips and tricks that I have thought of, and then to have conversations because sometimes something comes up that I haven't thought that I should share.
Okay. Well, in that case, if we're in that piece of it, there's something I'd like to share.
Go
And
ahead.
that is what you see behind me is the green zone. It's an engineering concept that my husband and I are inventing right now. It's a closed loop system. And the whole point of the closed loop system is there's really no plan. There's just a whole bunch of loops, a whole bunch of experiments and tests and things that we do. And so what really is giving me some freedom in this process is we're not looking for the perfect video. We're not even looking for the last video. We're looking for a video. It could be one of 50. It could be one, and what we want to say will evolve. And so I kind of get this as being breaking the log jam, to just become a video content creator in the sense that people don't read like they used to. And if you want to share something, the best way to share it is to send a link to your grandchildren or your cousin or whatever, to share a link. And as I see it, a minute to two, if you can't say it in a minute or two, chances are you don't know what it is. I'm not clear what I want to share. So I'm like approaching this now as being, I am a video creator, not like a big deal, not like Hollywood level, but something that gets a point across because I bury people that I love. I stand at their funeral and I miss them. And I think there's a legacy here to leave. And that's the world that I'm playing in 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. What's a thought that I would like to live beyond me? And with this kind of technology, this kind of media, it can live and be shared. And so I get that kind of possibility, and I experience this group as being a sandbox where we can't lose, we can't mess up. All we can do is toddle along, get up, fall down, and be among friends that love us and support us. That's what I'm experiencing here. And that's actually what I'm deciding to create for myself, because up until now, I've been a perfectionist that certainly doesn't want to embarrass myself and get it wrong and not have it be looking good. So I guess I'm saying it out loud for myself.
And for us.
Because I love you.
Thank you.
So I will impose a thought on what you just said. As an end-of-life doula who works with the dying every day, I lose 2 patients a week. I gain 2 patients a week. So it's just some part of life. I do not see death as a bad thing. It's the inevitable part of life. And my belief on afterlife is everybody lives after they die, their body dies. In the hearts of others, in the minds of others. I make sure that my children know my history. They know the history of my parents. They know the history of my grandparents. And then they pass it on to their children. And that's how we live on. And yes, you're right. This technology is just helping. And I do legacy videos for people, for my patients and their families.
Mhm.
I'll take interviews. I interject them with pictures. I get the families to give me the pictures in decade order. I find music from that decade that happens to be a favorite of the person And they are long videos. They can be 15, 20 minutes, depends on the life of a person. A 23-year-old, it's a lot shorter video than somebody who's 81. I have one person's video, he's 96, and we've been working on it together for forever. And it's almost an hour long. But that's what he wants. So, and you're right, people aren't reading. When I recorded my book, when I wrote my book on being an end-of-life doula, I sold 20 copies. When I converted to an audio book, I've sold 100.
Yep.
Go ahead, Barry.
Yeah, thanks, Felicia, and thanks, Mark. My commitment is the afterglow of being stories told and retold, intergenerational connections, ancestors with descendants. And the video I'm developing this time is about space and being and its dynamic interactions. And what I'm seeing is that there's a holder of the space. And on a call a couple of days ago, a man's described how he opened up Christmas cards in February before they got thrown out. And in opening that Christmas card, he got connected to a space of love and connectedness with that person who'd sent it and with the next person that sent it. And if you open a book, you're opening a space where you're getting present to what somebody once said and connected to. And when you open this video, you'll see something that connects with you and connects in a way that holds a space. And that space is shaping who you're being in the next moment. And who you're being in the next moment is going to change the space that's around you as well. And so when you started talking about that looping, Felicia, I think I need to talk to you because it's linking in completely with what I'm discovering with this space and being. And that's the topic of my video. And the second one is about the stories we tell, the myths, the legends, the stories about our grandparents and our parents, and the stuff that people will connect with. Thank you. I just got my video.
No.
Christina.
Yes, thank you. I was going to wait and watch everything first, but I think I'm going to. So I have been a speaker at conferences and virtual and creating videos as a speaker for 40 years. I've never created a video using, so it's always been like a didactic presentation. I've never created a video where I'm trying to be creative in the beginning of it. So my video title, and this may change, is sharing, since that's what the theme is, sharing about health for people, pets, and the planet. And the YouTube channel is Heal the Universe. And I wanted to start with animals, and I don't know. So here's one question, sort of for everybody who's done this before, is I don't know whether I want it to be animated or actual. I'd like to open with animals of all types running across the screen, making people happy with happy music. And then a dog limping with words somehow coming out of the mouth. My leg was broken. I needed surgery. Flower essences and herbs took care of all the pain. And then a cat, and then a rabbit speaking, about different things that point to the bottom line is that there are multiple choices for health. People need not be only doing quote, conventional medicine. But there's a variety of different things that can also help our planet. So, first question is, does that sound like, to me, as I speak it just now, it sounds like animation might be better than trying to create live, but maybe AI creates, quote, real animals doing that. So,
Yes, it can. It can. You have to
any
be very
comments?
precise in your description.
Okay.
Um,
Any feedback?
the only comment is remember the key to wisdom is fun, play, and ease.
Okay.
So
Uh,
it, if you have to look at both versions to see which is
oh, oh, perfect idea. Thank you. Do it
you
both
know
ways.
you can
I've done
even
this. I've
as
done that
crazy as
before
this
in other areas.
as crazy as it sounds in the way that technology works, you can take the two videos and superimpose them on top of each other, the
That sounds
cartoon
easy.
and the real.
Wow. Okay. So I'll do three versions and see which one I like the better. Okay. Um, and I guess my other question sort of has to do with timing. So then I'm going to introduce myself after that all happens. And then, oh, here's another specific question. So I'm giving a little bit of my history and how sharing works. Um, Especially the challenge of sharing when you're an expert, i.e., the doctor, where you sort of is that sharing when you're telling somebody what to do different than sharing yourself? So I'm going to look at that. And I have a lovely little story of when I was 28, and Ken Schatz was my seminar leader in Atlanta. And I went up to him after the seminar and said, Ken, I shared about the Hunger Project, and nobody listened. They weren't there. And he looked at me and said, well, what did you want to have happen? And out of my mouth came, I wanted to be center of attention. So, of course, nobody listened. So, my question is, should I just say a seminar leader or can I say Ken Schatz?
Um, I would say just a seminar leader without, unless you go and ask Ken.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good. Um, and then, okay. So, and then my last one was I thought I would end with, again, animals dancing with me. So if I'm trying to do something where I have a globe and then I would get a picture of me to AI dancing, and then I would ask them to have the animals and me dancing across a planet that's getting greener and prettier. You can do that kind of thing with AI? Okay.
And hold on. Yes, and I'm going to give you even more. Um, I'm going to put a link to a video
Oh, good.
as soon as I find it that you can watch that will show you what I have done.
Oh, perfect. Wonderful.
In the meantime,
And
go
I
ahead,
just have to
Terry.
say, I just have to say, I'm so excited. I mean, you can tell I'm really excited about doing this. It's like something brand new for me. I don't really do AI very much, hardly at all. And it's like fun. So I'm having fun doing this. So thank you. I'm glad you're there to coach me. It'll be much better. Okay, Terry.
So there's Christina, there's
Okay, got
a
it.
link to a YouTube. Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead, Terry.
Is there any video editing that can be done through AI where you can just verbally explain what you want to see happen and it video edits for you?
I'm sure there is. Not something I've ever had to deal with. I guess I would have to research
Well,
what
I'll do it.
app there is. I can do that. That's not a problem. I do have Adobe has a enhancer, an audio enhancer that they have where you can upload a video or just an audio track and it cleans it up of noise.
Okay.
I think it's like $10 a month for the subscription to that. And I use it all the time for video blogs
Mhm.
and for the audio tracks for the books. I publish a lot of audiobooks.
Mhm. Cool.
But you raised my curiosity, so I'm going to have to look into that.
Sounds good.
So I will interject just one other thing. Again, I sort of said it in passing. Have fun with this. If this becomes a task that's making you pull your hair out, call me. I don't care what time of day it is in your country. Just call me. This should be fun. This is a way to self-express yourself with technology, and the technology shouldn't get the better of you because you can't break it. Just make sure you keep saving, and you can always go back. But enjoy yourself.
Where do you live, Mark? Time zone, country?
East Coast.
Okay.
But my patients are all over the world. So I get calls at ungodly hours.
Oh, that's wonderful. So
And
you're doing end of life doula remotely. Wow.
I own eight iPads. I want to buy more. I'm trying to get a grant to buy more, and I ship them out to people who can't afford the technology.
Oh, bless
And
you.
so I had one patient in Perth. He came to me through a friend from Landmark who he was struggling with the fact that he was estranged from his children and he was dying. He was in early stages of his lung cancer at the time when he called me. And we worked together twofold. I worked together to try to help him reconnect with his children. But I also work, because that doesn't always work when you're dependent on others, to make him feel complete with the fact that he was not going to be reconnected with his children. His big fear from that was that he was going to die alone. So we worked on that and talked about that over the years. Now we were successful in reconnecting him with 3 of the 4 children.
Mm.
And I got a call in the middle of the night about 2.5 months ago now. He hadn't heard from his children in 5 days. He was wondering what he did to piss them off to make them go back to their old ways. And could I call them? And I said, okay, when I wake up, he said, no, you need to do it now.
Mm.
Okay. I hung up with him and I started making phone calls. I finally reached one of his sons who promised me when he finished work, he would go and visit his dad. So I called Bob back. Bob is the patient. And I told Bob what his son said, and he said, that's not going to work. I'm going to be dead by then.
Mm.
And at that point, I got off the phone and switched to a video conference and started talking to him. Why do you feel this? Did the doctors come and tell you you're going to die in the next few hours? He said, no, I just know. I'm complete with everything. It's my time. I know. And we talked, and we were talking. And in the middle of the talking, he took a gas. And then he stopped talking.
So he was not alone when he died. He was with you.
At first, I didn't get that. It took me 3 days since when his daughter called me to thank me for being there with her father, that I got that message. And that's why I do what I do. And I'm not, it's a nonprofit. I don't charge for what I do. I look for other means to raise funds. My nonprofit does services, video editing. I write obituaries. I do video funeral streaming in a hope to raise nonprofit money. I'm surviving, not getting rich, but I'm rich with friends. I am so rich with friends, it's unbelievable. Because all those families that I've helped, it's the last count my daughter did was 1,019 people that I've helped down the road to death since the beginning of COVID. So anyway,
Thank you. Thank you.
Just to let you guys know who you're talking to.
Mm-hmm.
So, Felicia, what can I answer?
Well, answer me this. Would you be willing to watch that YouTube video with us? If you share screen or I share screen so that we can just
absolutely.
love to have your comments on how you created those effects and what you did.
Oh, let's see if I can find, do I have that? Let's see. Let's see. Where is the Truth Project? No, it's not there. There it is. And it's been so long since I shared a video.
Well, would you like me to try? You can tell me.
No, I got it. I'm going to share the video, not the YouTube.
Oh, got it.
So it's a better quality. So the first thing I have to do a disclaimer. This is not totally, in actuality, it's a perfect example. This is not totally royalty free. I did this video for an entrance to a festival that happens in Wyoming called the Butterfly Festival. It's to help this organization raise money for educating African children. And I shared it at the festival and I won the award, and it got posted on their website. And I got a call from Eddie Albert after about 2 or 3 weeks, because he didn't give me permission to use his song.
Mhm.
Now, I didn't use him singing it. I used a friend who rearranged it and sang it. And I had to take it down from the website because I didn't have the rights.
I knew the day you met me, I couldn't love you, let me. Though you touch my cheek and say, how easy you forget me. You said, butterflies are free. And so are we. On a velvet morning, when our love was forming, I said it wouldn't hurt me if you left without warning. I said, butterflies are free. So are we. Butterflies are free. And so are we. I knew you'd make me understand right from the start. I could hold your gentle hand, but never hold your heart. Why crying? Was afraid we're lying. When we both agreed there'd be no tears in our goodbye. Butterflies are free. So aren't we? Butterflies are free. So why aren't we? So while the crying was afraid we're lying, when we both agreed there'd be no tears in our goodbye. Butterflies are free. Butterflies are free. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Butterflies are free. Oh, why aren't we? Butterflies are free. Butterflies are free. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Butterflies are free. Oh, why aren't we?
Thank you,
How
Mark.
long was that?
That is 3 minutes and 2 seconds.
Okay.
It fits
Yep.
the restriction. I could have submitted as an artist tune, but it wouldn't have passed because I don't have the copyright rights. So the way I did that was there's a program called After Effects. It's part of the Adobe suite. I recorded a friend of mine dancing to the music on a blank wall, in front of a blank wall, because I didn't own a big enough green screen. And I basically keyed out the wall. And then I put some effects. I put her into After Effects after I keyed out the wall. I keyed out the wall and made that part of the video in Adobe. Then I took the video, that video segment, put it in After Effects, and added the coloring and blackout effect to her face and her body to make it sort of silhouetted. The next part was I drew a bunch of butterflies in Photoshop. I took those and I drew them in parts, each part of the butterfly, basically in 3 parts, the body and each wing were different layer in Photoshop, so that when I brought it into After Effects, I can animate it. And I did that with about 5 or 6 butterflies, believe it or not. Then just changed the colors in After Effects and duplicated it, one on top of the other, till I had what looked like hundreds of butterflies. And in actuality, I had only 5. And then I took all these video segments that I made out of After Effects and I brought them back into Adobe and duplicated them on top of each other. So it's not done in one program. It takes a series of programs to do. Barry and I, when we worked on his videos, he started in PowerPoint. I then took it into Adobe Premiere to do some of the editing and get the timing of the cards with his voice correct. I had to some of the cards had to get extended and some had to be shortened, and timing to get it so that they switched when Barry wanted them to switch was very precise, and but that's how complex it can get. It's not hard, it's complex.
Was that your video from last year, Barry? You're muted.
Muted.
The year before.
The year before.
2024.
Yeah, I could not,
Yeah.
I was not allowed to be involved last year.
And Barry, what was the title of it?
Last year's was Spheres and Spirals. I think the one before that was something like something about being.
Colors of the spheres?
Yeah, it's
Sphere of
talks
colors or
about
something?
Okay.
a transparent sphere of transparent.
And you can
color
see
sphere
them
of
all
being.
on you can see them on the CGT website still.
Right. That's why I was asking. I'd like to take a look at it.
Yeah.
I
I've forgotten the
highly
actual name 'cause
I highly recommend you go to the CGT website or the YouTube channel and look at past videos.
I have. A lot of them didn't have the AI as much. What about
AI is only been around,
right? That's what I
really
mean.
used in the last year and a half.
Right. What about Canva? Is that good for building these?
Yes.
Okay, I think
that
that's
was
what
when you watch the video, this video.
Yeah.
The first half hour was about different tools, the different apps you could.
Because I think that's what my husband uses. He's going to help me. It's going to be fun. And Mark, Terry asked if you would put that Butterflies nonprofit into the. Oh no, your nonprofit. I'm sorry, your nonprofit that you do for the doula, death doula, into the chat for us.
I just found your 2024 video, Barry, and I put it in the chat.
Oh, that was
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
So if you search on YouTube CGT poster videos, it pulled up 2024.
At some point of time,
Oops.
you can say I'm being Barry when I'm these ways. A transparent colosphere of being.
You've got it playing.
Sorry, guys. I forget when I click on that, it's going to make noise.
You've got the right one.
Right? It's like I want to do it and get it up there so I remember to look at it. And then I forget that it's going to make noise on the way. And then I have to go scratching around trying to find the
So,
pause button.
I put two. I put two.
Oh, good. Thank you.
I put one. The Transitioning Doula is my nonprofit that I'm actually about to start rebrand a SCORE volunteer and mentor. It's easier. And the second one is the services. Cinefx.biz is a media services. It's how I charge people basically for video editing and all aspects I do. I work with people to support them on their computers. Note that if you're looking at that and all the pricing there for Wisdom graduates is 40% off.
Oh.
And I'm not opposed to bartering. Gosh.
Hang on.
I was on the phone with somebody, on a call with somebody, and I wanted them to do a testimonial for me.
Mark, do you have people asking, given that you're doing death doula work, for if you know of that for their animals? Has that come up for you?
No.
Okay. Because there's a lot out there now. They have a whole animal chaplaincy program that's free. So, okay. If it ever does, let me know and I'll give you a whole bunch of links and people.
Okay, so we're basically at the end of the time. There are 4 more sessions. I highly recommend. You never know if you're going to hear a question that you didn't think of that will be beneficial. And again, abuse me. If you have any questions, call me, email me, set up a time. I'm here to make your lives easier, please.
Thank you a ton, Mark.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Bless you, Mark. Bless you, bless you. Thank you.
Great to see everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Mark. Can we have a quick conversation before we go?
Yeah, let me just stop the recording.